I had some time, so I decided to record a quick test of the tools I'm developing for low-level flying. The following day, I flew the planned mission. You can find the recording in my next video. Before starting, a big thank you to Gaby and Vulture, a military pilot and a wizzo. It is worth mentioning that besides quick considerations about turns, I have not discussed or thoroughly studied the modus operandi yet, so watcher beware, there will be errors. Later on, I will slowly dive into correct procedures, tactics, and loadouts for low-level missions.
Okay, something a bit different today. I have half an hour free, surprisingly enough, so I decided to test the tool that I put together, and I'm still putting together very much WAP for the reckoning and low-level navigation, and the map that I prepared. Starting from the map. Why new map? Because the one that you can find on the internet, they don't match with what we have in DCS. Started painfully, this painful process of taking screenshots, and this is the result. This map is 24,000 times 21,000, I think. And we can zoom in. This is pretty much 100%. And yeah, it's a raster image, so it loses details after a while if you carry on zooming it, but more or less is alright for what we want to do. And if it's not enough, I'll redo it from scratch using a bigger scale. That's the tool that I put together instead. We have wind, but this is again very much a work in progress. We have wind values. Let's start with 0. Direction, we don't care. Mag variable is 2.1. And we can just reapply blindly to the whole thing. Task, we can use 480 for everything, 60 degrees. Angle of bank. Whoop. There we go. So we need just to set course and distance for every waypoint. Okay, let's say we want to tour around this area, so we can use maybe this side, which is fairly easy and recognizable. We can fly following this valley. There's a small lake here, so we can use it as a reference. Then we can turn, no, this is a power station, or whatever it is. And now we can go out. There's a nice valley here, so we can use this one again. And we just go out this way. Alright, so we have the idea of a plan. Now, this is an image. It would be very interesting and very useful to have, proper, maybe web-based app to work on these things. Problem is, last time I worked on something similar, XHTML was a common markup language. Yes, I'm sold. Last time I worked with UIs, VB6 and Java again were kind of common. So Java applets, well, it's been a while. And then I moved to low-level stuff, so microcontrollers and whatnot. So nowadays you can use HTML5, but I don't have time to sit down and study it. If someone is interested, you can give me a shout. I can provide formulas and whatever is necessary, as long as the result is then free for the community. And we will put it here. So this is our penetration point. That's where the timer starts. Whoop. And there we go. So the course down here is 230. Now, when we get to the lake, we want to turn. We turn using 60 degrees angle of bank, which is approximated to G's. So, third one. So, let's get rid of this. There we go. Let's say we want to turn right over the lake. Okay, let's measure. Again, it's an image. There's no embedded tool to convert pixels to nautical miles. So 426, 1278 nautical miles. So we see that it takes 1 minute and 36 seconds to fly the straight part. So 10, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1 minute and 10, 20, 30, 35, 36. Spot on. Now, the point of the circle is highlighting where we're turning, but we don't want to have the turn point obscured, so to speak, hidden behind all this stuff. So let's get rid of it. Although the leg in theory finishes down here. So second part of the leg is between this point and this point. So let's see the yeah, more or less here. So the angle is 145, so 145, 80 is 35 to 15. Probably check it here, and then we rotate down. Hey, come here. So in theory, if the eyeballing is correct, should be 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I measured wrong. That's why 559. 1677. Yeah, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Right, so grab it, move it, and chuck it there. Now, problem. What many kind of mission data cards, these sort of things, put together is when you work on the plan, is something like this. So this is, let's get rid of the turn. This is the angle what that is displayed. But this doesn't work, because to do this such a turn, we need to basically, we would need to fly following this sort of curve, which is really not great. Right, and also, it's not gonna ever fly here. So we need to do something a bit different. Alright, let's get rid of the sketch. Let's grab another turn. There are multiple ways, I think, to do this. So in theory, we need to be tangent to this point. But this is a bit tricky to position properly. The circle. I put together something very ugly, which is this reference. Alright, so we need to be tangent. We good? Yeah. Let's get rid of the leg and the turn. So this is the initial point. And then our turn will be completed here. So this is where we will actually fly. It will look like something like this, which, surprisingly enough, oops, kind of matches the radius, because these circles are actually follow the correct scale for the angle of bank and the speed. Okay. Okay, let's put the leg back. Let's trim whatever we don't need. Cool, and there we go. Oh, we don't need this as well. So in theory, leg 2 carries on until the end of the turn. And then we enter leg number 3. Leg number 3 that starts here. We rotate it. Yeah, should be right. Let's say 85. 35. So next course is 85. Although, so given what we just said, I see a possible issue here. Okay, if we add these up here, then we'll probably leave the turn somewhere here, which I don't really like it because there's this ridge on the side. I don't really like it. So what we can do is anticipate the turn. It's like 3. We can anticipate the turn, I suppose. This waste of time is more related not to this tool, rather just on the planning itself. And spending more time on planning is never a waste of time. Speaking of which, US Navy I think recommends 2 hours of planning on the map for every hour of flight, which is not really doable in DCS. Anyway, if you want to plan properly, study the terrain, it takes a bit of time. There's not really much to do about it. So if we use, what do we use though? There are 2 picks and a bend in the road that goes here and a small town there, so it should be recognizable enough. We need to calculate the turn. Again, so another copy of the turn thingy. Where are you? There we go. Alright, maybe it's easier if we just put this one back so it works as a reference. There we go. Yeah, we can calculate the angles later. Alright, so now we need to turn enough to point up there. So maybe like this much. Okay. So 65 degrees to the left. Let's see. This course would be $15 degrees. Right. So the turn will finish here. It's not that big of a correction, but we like to do things properly. I'm joking, I know. Things properly on this website. It's a bit of a joke. Anyhow, there we go. Could have done the opposite. Yeah, it's fine. You go away. Nope. Delete. Yeah, it's just a tiny little thing about it. The important is understanding, I suppose. Now should be from here to there. This 3, 4, 6. So 1038. So it should take 1 minute 18 seconds. Yeah, very much. Yeah, very surprisingly precise. Cool. And the turn should be into the last leg, 2016. The turn should take blah 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 18 seconds, which is a bit less than this one. That was 33. Cool. Now, so this is turn, oh boy, turn 3. And we need leg 4. Leg 4 goes down here. Okay, let's get rid of what we don't need. Okay, last leg should take 230, 40, 50, 55, 255, 254. That's good. Okay, and that's pretty much it in terms of planning. All the turns are accounted for. Distances look alright. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Nope. We try to put it fairly straight. Doesn't have to be perfect. We can export these. Let's do maybe 150. This is a recap. Overload the recap because again I'm still testing, so I want to have all the necessary data and more than necessary data. Alright, so this would be leg number 1. We travel 228. Speed 471. So the planned speed originally was 480, but we have these almost tailwind pushing us, so we can fly slower to match the timing. So I set an initial period, the initial time here at 230. I'll totally disregard it at the moment, don't care. So the straight part is 1 minute 34. And the turn expected is 60 degrees, so meaning about 2 Gs for 3 seconds. So the minor correction, and the next setting is 217. Total time for the leg is 1 minute 37. If we were to include the not the absolute time, but the relative time, so to speak, it would be 8 minutes at 8 a.m. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Wind is 10 knots, 30 degrees, and the wind correction angle is 0.4 degrees. Okay, fast forward. I put together the Kneeboard pages. So this is leg 1. We know references. This should be a road about 1 minute in. This might be hard to spot, but then the lake, as small as it is, should be fairly easy to identify. Leg number 2. Couple of inhabited areas, especially at the 1 minute mark. Then leg number 3. This turn is a bit tricky, especially because I'm a terrible pilot. Once it's done, again fairly straightforward. After 30 seconds you should have a road going off towards the north. Probably a bit hard to see, but the leg is fairly short, it's just a minute. Once we see the ridgeline right in front of us, then we know we are approaching the turn. Turn point is the bend in the road with a small village. Worst case scenario, we can just turn and follow the ridgeline. And leg number 4, we just need to go straight and leave the mission area. We can coast the ridge until we get to the sea. So yeah, this is the leg number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Not too bad. Next step is flying the route, which is gonna suck because I'm a terrible pilot, but yeah, anyway. Bye.